Hello friends, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy, and on today's review for you, Oberon couldn't make it, so I brought his wife, Bell's Titania. Titania is a 6.4% American wheat ale from Bell's Brewery in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Okay, so really, where should I start with this one? Bell's describes it as a hop-forward American wheat ale, and that it's got similar flavors and appearance to hazy New England IPAs. Now, I love wheat beers, and you probably already know that I love New England-style IPAs, so without hyping myself out, let's just say I'm going in with an open mind here, but I'm excited to try it. Also, I just wanted to say that I think Titania is an awesome name, even though I don't know if it's supposed to be Titania or Titania. You get the whole association with Titania or Titania, if they already didn't say that before, being Oberon's wife, and Titania or Titania being a moon of Uranus. So it goes along with the whole planet series thing they have going on. So yeah, it's just a really great name. So you can also see that I have this in a big stainless steel growler. There is no label art for this beer yet. So when I pour it out of this growler I have, that's going to be the first time I see it, the first time I have any kind of inkling or inclination as to what it is besides a hazy wheat beer thing. I also wanted to mention real quick, this is a drink tank. I got this like when it kickstarted like 3 or 4 years ago. I've only used it 2 times. It has like a party keg system that you can put a different top on. It has a little CO2 canister cartridge deal that you inject CO2 in there. So it has a party tap that you can kind of pour beer out to. I don't have that on right now. Obviously, it's just a regular growler cap. But if you want to see a review of this and see some of the party tap stuff in action, let me know in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and set one of those up. I want to do some testing between a drink tank and a regular growler. This is supposed to keep stuff fresher longer. It's supposed to keep it colder longer because it's double-walled and insulated. Again, the party tap, that'll like recarb your beer or whatever. Enough about the drink tank. Let's just get on with drinking this beer. So I have a wheat glass here. I think this is a wheat glass. It's kind of like in a set that I got. And this thing, it's like, geez, I almost knocked off stuff on my counter. It's like opening Fort Knox. All right, there we go. Much better. So I'm not going to smell it before I pour it. That's a heavy lid, by the way. And let's just make sure that these things don't flop into there. Spilled some. This is my first time seeing this. I didn't even try it when I got the growler. It's not hazy. So this is not a hazy beer at all. I can smell it. I smell the fruit. Yeah, I smell citrus. Really strong citrus smell. Kind of like a pineapple-y, kind of traditional kind of New England style IPA smell. It's not maybe as bold as a New England style IPA. I don't smell any dankness to it, but I do definitely smell a lot of citrus. I'm impressed with my pour. Thought I did a pretty good job there. The head's not too big. Again, not hazy, but it's really nice and golden in color. And I'm chomping at the bit here, so I'm just going to try and taste it. Okay, let's give it another taste. That is really interesting. Okay, so what this tastes like to me, if I can just take another drink. Now, if everything I've read is correct, this is supposed to be a wheat beer, right? A wheat ale. I can't find any information about this. There's like 2 or 3 little pages on Bell's website about it. There is, I looked on Beer Advocate just to see what kind of ratings. I like to kind of, I didn't have the ABV, so I had to look that up. I looked on Beer Advocate. There were only 2 reviews or ratings, I guess, and there was no writing to it, so it was just a score. Everything says it's American wheat ale, right? There's no label art for it. So I can't even look at the label to say, okay, well, and on Bell's website, it says a wheat ale. This doesn't taste like a wheat ale to me. This tastes like a fruitier, maybe a little bit more New England style Two Hearted. And let me explain that. Let me get another drink though. So it has a really sweet, not really sweet, it's a sweet up front. It's a sweet up front, very reminiscent of a New England style IPA. You get the citrus, you get kind of a sweet, kind of maybe a orangey kind of taste, citrusy, orangey thing going on. Then you get the crashing kind of hoppy bitterness to it. And that almost reminds me of kind of like the malty finish of a Two Hearted. Excuse me. When you burp, that means you need another drink. I don't want this all escaping. So I'm going to put this drink tap lid back on there. So you get, like I said, you get that kind of fruity, citrusy, orangey kind of taste that you get with a New England IPA up front. Then really crashing down hard is this kind of malty, kind of hoppiness that Two Hearted has. And then after that, it actually subsides. And like right now, the aftertaste in my mouth is really light. It's really crisp, and it is like sweet in a way. I can still taste a little bit of hoppy bitterness like an IPA in the back of my tongue, but my whole mouth just feels has this kind of overlying sweetness to it. And it's really interesting because the hoppy kind of, like I said, that hoppy bitterness that kind of crashes down is really strong, really, really bitter and piney, almost piney. I don't know if it's quite piney, but it's bitter and kind of malty, a malty bitterness, like I said, like Two Hearted has. But it's totally different. It's not, I can't say that, especially if I didn't know this was a wheat beer, let's put it this way. If I didn't know this was a wheat beer before I read all this stuff, before I looked up all this, tried to find information about this beer that's like brand new, I wouldn't know that this is a wheat beer. There's no haze to it, so it's not like a traditional New England style IPA. So that kind of throws me a little bit, but you know, from Bell's, when I think of a wheat beer, I think of Oberon. I think of something kind of light, kind of sweet, has like that breadiness to it, but it's refreshing. This is refreshing. Supposedly it's a wheat beer, but it's not, it's just hoppy. Like, I don't get that from an Oberon. And I do get it from a Two Hearted, and I get it from Titania. I'm going to go with Titania because it sounds like a little bit more elegant, right? But that's a really refreshing change of pace for Bell's. I know they haven't put out a New England style IPA yet, and I don't know if they will. And I think it's kind of cool that they decided that they would go with an American wheat, and they would kind of buck the trend. They would use some of the same kind of maybe the same kind of profiles that you would use on a New England style IPA, but they applied it to a wheat ale, and I think that's really pretty cool. All right, friends, that's Titania, an American wheat ale from Bell's Brewing in Kalamazoo. I don't know if this is going to get a wide release. Like I said, I haven't seen any label art. I haven't seen it anywhere. I've only seen it on tap, so it might just be this kind of experimental thing that Bell's is doing. I honestly, at this point, hope that it does get a normal release because I think it's worth a lot of people trying. If you know of any other American wheats out there that are kind of mimicking the New England style IPA or even sounds even similar to this, definitely let me know in the comments down there below, and I will check them out. You can trust me on that one. While you're down there telling me all about those American wheats, why don't you like this video and subscribe to the channel? I made it free just for you. You specifically, it's free for you. I pulled the strings for that. Also, you can check out links to my social media like my Instagram and my Facebook page or my blog at drafttherapy.com. And since I made a deal with my service provider, It's all free to viewers just like you. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries, and don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.